Matt Coronato has signed a big extension with the Flames. It is a 7-year contract worth $6.5 million. And this was one I was interested in seeing the reactions to. Here in Calgary, no brainer, 100% lock, basically. Out in the hockey world, look, the Flames aren't making it on ESPN all that often, okay? And the TNT broadcast doesn't bring up the Flames a whole lot. But this is a guy who is just a pure goal scorer. That shot is as wicked as it comes. And when you are a young team looking to kind of develop, and one of the things that people were talking about with this Flames team, and rightfully so still, is that they are missing that like number one type of a game breaker. And I think when you look at the NHL roster right now, at the forward group anyway, the guy who has the best chance, as we sit here on May 5th, 2025, the guy who has the best chance of breaking through in that sort of a way is Matt Coronato, because of just how wicked and how lethal that wrist shot is, the scoring ability, and we saw this year, there's a bit more of a well-rounded nature to his game. He's not signing this extension because he played well in the fourth line. He is signing this extension because he is a goal scorer. And this league, it is because of how big goalies can get and how things can kind of bog down at times. Having that ability to, steal the basketball phrase, score from distance is huge. The Flames don't have that aside from this guy. Sharon Govich too. But he showed this year that he is everything they thought he could be. And I think getting that experience with Backlund and Coleman really does now let him grow into a bit more of a well-rounded role. And that is why I have the faith that he is going to turn into a very solid player going forward with this team. Is he showed that he was more than just an offensive guy. He showed that he is someone who, look, he's not going to get Selke votes at any point in his career or anything like that. But he did prove that he can fit on a fourth line if he needs to. That was one of the discussions, right? Like, he wasn't playing a whole lot, and they're, okay, well, we need to get him in there, but we like how our top six is, so we're going to put him on the fourth line. It's like, well, this guy's not a fourth liner. Like, what are you doing? Like, that's not his skill set. He showed that it was. He goes out, he battles, he takes that fourth line mentality, moves it up the lineup, eventually settles in a really good spot with Backlund and Coleman and kind of sits under their learning tree. And I am sure Flames management chatted with Michael Backlund, the captain of this team, like, hey, did this kid get it the way it kind of seemed like he got it? And so there are no such thing as sure things in the NHL. And the Flames just had experience with this with Sharon Govich last year, where all these things that we're saying about Coronato, you can say about Sharon Govich. Lethal shot, high-level scorer, lacks... fills a need that this team lacks when it comes to that high level of goal scoring. And so you have to lock that guy in. And he had a dud this year. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, but it did seem like he kind of found something at the end of the year. With Coronato, though, this is something that this isn't like Sharon Govich, where, oh, he just hadn't really got an opportunity at the NHL, and now look what he has. This is a guy who has scored at every level that he has played at, and he has checked all of those boxes all the way up into the National Hockey League, and now he is checking the box at the NHL. So when the guy shows a skill in junior and college, wherever, and you project that he is going to continue to show that skill at the NHL, and then he continues to show that skill at the NHL, it is very easy to lock that guy in to a longer term contract. So I think this is a great move for the Flames. I really do. And could there be some downside for a guy who is, while I do think, again, some improvements and showed a good, well-rounded nature to his game, the way that this goes badly is obviously if he just becomes a one-note hockey player and then that note starts to go away. That's where this starts to become a bit of a problem. But, I mean, for now, this felt obvious. And another part of it, too, and I don't think this is the biggest part. I don't think it should have been the biggest part, but I don't think it's nothing either. This team has a reputation right now, at least amongst people on social media, that American players don't want to come to Calgary, and when they do, all they want to do is leave. When Tkachuk left and Gaudreau left in the same offseason, you just had a tough time convincing people that American-born players wanted to sign here. Well, that's what Coronato is, and he just signed an extension. And so I do think from just a reputational standpoint, from an image standpoint, I think all of those things become very, very important for the Flames in locking up a Matt Coronato. So a very, very smart move, I think, for the Calgary Flames that they were able to pull off here this weekend, in locking in Matt Coronato. So still a lot of Flames talk that'll be coming as the weeks and months go on.